Welcome to Dog Facts and Fun, where every fact hides a story of love. 6 words that make your dog feel loved instantly. Sounds impossible, right? But what if I told you this? Dogs don't just hear your voice, they feel it. They pick up your tone, your intent, even the energy behind your breath. Long before your hand reaches to scratch their ears, they already know what you're feeling. Today you'll learn how 6 simple words spoken with intention can do something profound. They remind your dog that they belong with you. And before we dive in, here's something I promise. If you love your dog even half as much as they love you, stay till the end. Because one of these 6 words might just change how your dog looks at you tonight. Take a second to like and subscribe, not for me, but for your dog. Because every time you do, you help grow this quiet space for stories, science, and love. If you're watching this, your dog already chose you. So let's begin. You know that moment when your dog suddenly perks up even before you open the treat jar or pick up the leash. That's not coincidence. Dogs are extraordinary at recognizing patterns in human speech. A 2014 study from Lorand University showed dogs process tone and meaning in separate parts of the brain just like we do. They might not understand the words, but they understand you. They're emotional experts in fur coats. So today, we'll unlock 6 simple words, and how when spoken with intention they can become a language of love. Your dog has always understood. 1. Come. It sounds simple, but to your dog, come can mean so much more than just a command. When spoken gently, it becomes an invitation, a signal of trust and connection. Dogs don't always respond to orders, but they do respond to emotion. Say, come in the same calm tone every time you offer food play or comfort, and it begins to mean something deeper, something safe, something good. Behavioral studies show that dogs build strong emotional associations between tone and action. So when come is paired consistently with kindness, never force or frustration, it turns into a bridge between you and your dog's heart. They don't just hear the word, they feel the intent behind it. If you've ever whispered, "Come here," and your dog tilted their head, wagged gently, and trotted over, you've seen this in action. That's not training, that's trust. Try it tonight. Say come softly without pressure. Just open the space and let them decide. If your dog even shifts their weight toward you, that's a win. Praise them. Smile. Let that moment live. Because over time, they'll start seeking that moment not for treats or tricks, but for you. And that's the magic of this word when used with care. Come doesn't say, obey me. It says, you belong here. 2. Good. You've said it to kids, to friends, and definitely to dogs. But good means more to them than we often realize. The secret isn't in the word itself. It's in the melody. A 2019 study from the University of Pisa found that dogs are highly responsive to pitch and rhythm, especially when spoken in a high, affectionate tone. That good boy or good girl you say with a soft smile, it's more than praise, it's a sound of safety. When you say good with warmth, your dog feels it in their chest. It lands like a gentle pat on the heart. Over time, the word becomes a mini reward. Not because of the meaning, but because of the music behind it. Try saying it after playtime, after they come when called, after they simply lay near your feet. You'll notice it a slower blink, a softer tail wag, a relaxed body. That's your dog saying, I hear you. I feel safe. Used consistently, good becomes what behaviorists call an anchor word. A word that tells the nervous system all is well. It teaches your dog not just what you like, but who you are when you're at your gentlest. Because dogs at their core aren't just reacting to behavior. They're responding to energy. And when your energy says good, they remember that long after the moment passes. 3. Here. It seems ordinary, almost forgettable. But when said in the right tone, here becomes a sound of presence. A gentle way of saying, I'm near. You're safe. Many dogs don't like being called with force. It reminds them of control. But here, when spoken softly, isn't a command. It's an invitation, a quiet promise that you're not alone. Dogs are wired to respond to voices more than visual cues. In fact, a 2022 study from Kyoto University showed that dogs can track their owner's location using voice alone, even when the person is out of sight. That means your voice can literally map out where home is. When you say here in a calm, grounded voice, it tells your dog exactly what they need to know. This is where safety lives. So next time your dog hides from thunder fireworks or strangers, try this. Sit on the floor nearby. Breathe slowly. Say, here not as a command, but as comfort. Don't reach. Don't chase. Just let the word float. Often they'll peek out. Blink once. Maybe even take a step closer. Not because they understood the word, but because they trusted the energy behind it. To a dog here doesn't mean come over. It means you belong beside me. 4. Okay. This one might surprise you, but okay can have a calming effect on dogs. And yes, science backs that up. Dogs are emotional mirrors. They read your tone, posture, even the tiny tremors in your voice. Studies from the University of Lincoln found that dogs can detect subtle stress in humans, and they respond accordingly. When your voice tightens, their heart rate rises. When your voice softens, theirs slows down too. That's where okay comes in. Said gently, slowly, it becomes more than a word. It's a reset switch for both of you. Imagine your dog knocks something over and freezes tail-stiff eyes wide. Instead of scolding you, kneel down and whisper, "It's okay." Watch what happens. Their shoulders drop. Their eyes soften. Sometimes they blink once. That's their version of "I hear you. I'm okay now too." Because dogs are constantly scanning your energy to determine, are we safe? Is everything still good? Used consistently, okay becomes a verbal cue for peace. Not just in your dog, but in you. A vet tech once told me about a senior rescue who panicked at loud noises. For weeks, the only thing that calmed him was hearing, "It's okay, buddy." Same tone, same rhythm. Over time, he started relaxing before the touch even came. To a dog, okay doesn't mean all clear. It means we're in this together, and you're not alone. 5. Love. It's one of the most powerful words we know. And believe it or not, it speaks to dogs too. Not through meaning, through feeling. When you say love in that soft, stretched-out tone, your dog hears something ancient, something safe. Research has shown that dogs respond deeply to speech patterns we use with babies or loved ones. That gentle rhythm, that rising, calming pitch. In 2022, researchers at the University of Paris-Nanterre found that dogs responded more strongly to what they called dog-directed speech, slower, softer, more affectionate. It wasn't about the word, it was about the warmth behind it. Try this sit next to your dog. Wait for them to glance your way. Then softly say, "Love letting your voice linger on the V." Watch what happens. Maybe they blink slowly. Maybe their tail gives one lazy wag. Maybe they just stay still but somehow feel closer. That's connection. That's resonance. Over time, the word love becomes part of your emotional ritual. You can whisper it before bed, or when they curl into your lap, or after a long walk when the world feels quiet. Because dogs don't need grand gestures. They remember tone, consistency, stillness, and the quieter you say it, the more they seem to understand. So tonight, say it softly. Love. Let it hang in the air for just a second. Your dog may not know the word, but they will always remember the way it made them feel. 6. Their name. It might be the most important word of all. Not because your dog understands it like a human would, but because it's the one sound in the world that's been tied to every act of love they've known. From the moment you brought them home, every treat, every walk, every cuddle, every bedtime, Whisper began with that word. And science agrees. In 2019, researchers at the University of Tokyo found that dogs recognize their own names even when spoken by strangers and react differently compared to other words with similar rhythm. That means your dog doesn't just know the sound, they know the feeling that follows it. So when you say it kindly, Milo Buddy Bella, their brain lights up with recognition and trust. It's not just a cue, it's confirmation. I belong here. But here's the part most people miss. If their name is only used in frustration, no Max or stop it. Luna, they start to associate it with tension, but say it softly with warmth and it becomes a bridge, a sound that pulls them toward safety. Try this. Say their name once. Wait. Then again, just a little softer. Watch their body language shift. Ears tilt, tail softens. That's not obedience. That's belonging. Because to your dog, their name isn't just a label. It's the sound of home. Let's take a moment to remember the 6 words: come, good, here, okay, love, name. Each one is simple, but spoken with care, they form a quiet language. A way to say, you're safe, you're home, you're loved. You don't need perfect timing or fancy training. Just honesty in your tone, softness in your breath, and presence in the moment. Because in the end, dogs don't need us to speak perfectly. They just need us to speak gently and mean it. So tonight, say their name a little softer. Whisper love when they curl up beside you. Say, okay, when the world feels loud. And if any of these words made a difference with your dog, tell me in the comments. Which one do they respond to most? I read every story. And your dog's story might just help another dog feel a little more understood.